The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
This time of year, we're all in the same boat in that you get to the weekend or Friday and Saturday in particular, you got work functions and you've got piss-ups and catching up with people you haven't caught up with all year, and that's it. You got to do your Christmas gather.
Everywhere. There
is. So on Friday night, we had our own work one here.
Yeah, our staff one, yep.
And then Saturday I backed it up with my friends from school. We all go over to Rottnest generally, and we go to the Rotto pub. At 10:30 it opens, and we're there, and it's just honours.
Because you've got to get your spot.
Did you get home on Friday night at a decent hour?
Yeah, I did, actually.
Because sometimes you turn it on, because usually if we're at the court, Sean ends up,
Well, that was the difference. See, we went at the court,
we went to the court. We're at the Aberdeen,
See? There's something to dig up there. Keep going.
Anyway, it was over at Rottnest, and when we were leaving, obviously having a big day out there, my friend had taken us over on his boat, so when we were leaving, I was the first person to step off the jetty and onto the boat. And when I did that, my hat just flew off my head. There must have been a gust of wind or something.
Okay.
But I kind of followed it in slow motion, and I took this amazing dive off the end of the jetty, off the boat. I stepped into the boat and then off the boat to save this hat.
Wow.
And in doing so, I was wearing all my clothes. I saved my wallet and phone, which was just incredible.
You threw them back.
Yeah.
As I was going in the water.
So it's like the boundary line, and you're just trying to back.
Yeah, exactly like that, Nate.
No, football.
Anyway, so I got back into the boat. Everyone's laughing at me because I'm all wet, but I had a spare T-shirt in my bag. So I was thinking ahead.
Yeah, you know what?
Amazing.
That'll solve the wet pants.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's a good point. So anyway,
he rarely wears pants anyway,
So we get back to Fremantle into the boatyard, and we just parked up there because there was still plenty of beers in the esky at the time. So we kept going and going, and I decided to get on the side of the boat and have a wee because there's no...
Yeah. But Sean, people are swimming in there, though.
They weren't at the time. So I was hanging on to the front of the boat, and I just thought, because there's a lot of pipe work, so I thought I'd just hold on to this
while you're holding on to your pipe work?
While I'm holding on to the hose and just having a wee. Next thing you know, when I grabbed hold of this bar, I just went flying back into the water again, and this is about 9 o'clock.
What was with the bar?
What were you hanging on to?
It was the ladder that I couldn't work out. It had been put up. It's put up against the side of the boat, and it gets. It's only one of those attachments that
kind of clips in. Yeah.
So as soon as I grabbed hold of it, I'm like, I didn't actually work this out, by the way, until about an hour later.
Can I just say, right?
An hour later.
This is why I didn't realise until I'm of late how terrified my father is of heights, right? So if we're ever at a hotel and there's a balcony there, Dad won't go near it, especially if it's a balcony rail. He won't go near it because he goes, that could fall apart. Think about it. If you're on a balcony, you can just lean back, right?
Yeah.
You don't know if that's really attached properly or not. I mean, you could fall off a balcony, and usually they're high because it's a balcony.
You want to give it a good shake first, don't you?
Yeah, I've been in places like that. You think, how is this legal?
Yeah, yes. I mean,
anyway,
you can't just assume something is attached.
That's right. I assumed this bar work was attached. It wasn't. I was straight in the drink again.
Do you want to talk about attachments?
With your doodle out.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Looking for a bloke. The best part is I saved my sunnies twice in a row. I found them. Unbelievable.
We'll talk about attachments, all right?
Yeah.
So, okay, these are the things where you have maybe not realised that something was not attached.
Yeah, I'll hold on to this.
Or maybe it was a problem because you didn't realise something was attached.
Yeah, that's right. If it's attached and it's not supposed to be. It's your expectation, isn't it?
You're down at the caravan park and you're having a wonderful holiday and you go to your wife, I'm just going to go to the shops and I'll get some stuff from Woolworths, and then you take off and you take the whole caravan with you because you've forgotten to take it off.
There's a guy, Belltower Times had it, who he lived in somewhere in the hills, and a Rolling Stone, he attached the bin to the back of his ute, and then he was supposed to drop it off, obviously, at the end of the driveway. Drove all the way to Seville Grove. Still attached.
But the wheels lasted, which is amazing.
Crazy.
All right, so we're talking about attachments, right? When you didn't realise something was attached, and when you didn't realise something wasn't attached.
Jenny's in Ellenbrook. Hi, Jenny.
Hi guys, how are you?
Great, Jen.
So we're talking about attachments, Jenny, whether something was attached or wasn't attached and you thought the opposite. What happened?
Well, it was attached, but it wasn't supposed to be attached. So I have a four-wheel drive, and the only parking space that I could get was in a big puddle. And I thought, no problem, I will, and it was pouring with rain, I will set myself up and open the door, jump out, miss the puddle, all will be good.
Yes.
So I opened the door, unclicked my seatbelt and left. My seatbelt did not unclick. It catapulted me out of the car and ended up face first in the puddle.
I would have loved to see that.
would have looked amazing.
Isn't that amazing,
Jenny?
right? When you really think of a solution to something, and then it turns out the worst thing you could have done.
You were strategic.
Yes.
Like you actually thought this plan through. It's just
I would have made the puddle had the seatbelt.
So can I find out?
Reverse bungee jump.
You fell face first into the puddle.
Face first.
So then what did you have on for the rest of the day? Could you get up?
Wet clothes. Wet clothes.
Yeah.
Well, that's the answer. Wet clothes.
Wet clothes.
And a bruised
sort of
dignity.
I couldn't reach the seatbelt to undo it, so I kind of had to climb back in feet first, undo the seatbelt, and then come out on my butt.
You know what? If you had hit your head, you could have drowned. Imagine being the girl that's just outside of a car, face first, drowned in a puddle.
Yeah, that's on the Daily Mail.
Yeah. That's
the thing where people are at your funeral going, this is so sad.
Yeah, you're winning the Darwin Award for that one. Thank you, Jenny. Amanda's in Maida Vale. Hello.
Hello.
Okay.
Hi, Amanda.
Okay, so what was the story? Was it something you were attached to when you shouldn't have been, or you weren't attached when you should have been?
No, it was actually our dog. We went camping and we tied the dogs up so they don't, run off.
Yeah.
And we tied her to the bull bar of the car.
Yeah.
Anyway, she wandered around and she wandered inside the trailer to go to sleep, to sleep on her bed. And we had to duck out quickly to get some stuff from the shop. Forgot that she was tied to the front of the car. So reversing out of the campsite, and out she comes on her bed, still
being dragged
getting
out.
dragged out.
Oh, sweetheart.
How quickly did you realise? Please say very quickly.
Oh, very quickly.
yes.
Okay,
She
good.
woke up quite abruptly, what the heck's going
Can
on?
I tell you though?
Dragged out on her bed.
I was telling these guys about this story that was over a little while back, and it's about tying up a dog. So this guy was at a bar, I think it was over in Ireland or whatever, and he's walked in, you see the video, he's walked in and he's tied his dog up to something on the wall. You don't even think much of it. Anyway, long story short, that was a fire extinguisher, and then something startled the dog. The dog jumped up, and then the next minute the whole pub is just got full of that stuff, fire extinguisher stuff, and people are panicking, no one knows what's going on. So the amount of people that would have tied their dogs up to something and not realised.
Be very careful.
So, yes, but that was great.
Yes, I'm glad you realised quickly. Thank you, Amanda. Kurt's in Byford. Hello.
Morning, guys. How you going?
Okay. What was or wasn't attached, Kurt? What happened?
All right. I actually thought it was attached, but it wasn't. So we were hosting Christmas at our place a good few years back, and we thought we were having all the family over, so we'd go out and buy a new outdoor setting, a big 12-seater outdoor setting, and so we could have everyone outside.
Yeah.
And we'd go to the place, we purchase it, and put everything in the back of the trailer. And I remember the wife saying, "Make sure everything's tied down properly." And I'm like, "Yeah, I've got this. Don't worry, it's all good."
Oh, that's the worst thing that you could have said.
I've secured this massive 12-seater, this massive glass table in its box. It's it's all secure. It's all good. Anyway, we're driving down South Street in about 12 o'clock in the afternoon at a really busy intersection on South Street near Carolina, so like a crossroad traffic road, and the lights go orange, and I go, "Yeah, I can get this. I can make this. I can do it." And I sort of give it a bit, and all of a sudden, I look in my rearview mirror, and I see this massive table fly up about 20 feet in the air, and it flew up about 20 foot and floated up in the air for a while and dropped in the middle of the intersection and shattered all over. And that's because I obviously didn't attach the rope properly and attach the tie downs properly. And so we had to circle back and head back to Seagulls, and I had to buy another table with my tail between my legs, and I was in the bad books for quite a while.
Your wife gets to be right about everything, Kurt.
Guys, you've got to be really, really careful with your sentences. When she says that died down properly, you don't say, yeah, I've taken care of it. You don't do that. Just go, you know what? We can hope for the best. Or you say, whatever your wife says, you just go, we can hope for the best. Then she can't use it.
Of course I've tied it down.
Also, how many blokes have gone, it's an orange light, I can make it.
I can't believe we're talking about attachments. I can't believe I didn't bring up my bloody abseiling one. Remember when I realised I was on the side of the building, like on an angle, about to go down, and then the people that put all the equipment on me come up and said, "Oh, hold on 1 second, Nathan," and the carabiner wasn't done up.
Yeah.
So I was
there
about
was
to
two,
do a
but
big
one of them wasn't
back.
done. Yeah.
I would have been dead. I would have been sitting here doing this show dead because my contract wouldn't have allowed me to be dead.
That's right.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Imagine this, right?
Yeah.
Thanksgiving in America.
Yeah.
Beautiful time, isn't it?
Well,
they love to eat.
They
It's
do.
a big
The
eating thing.
giant turkeys.
So the turkey, the pumpkin pie, the whole thing.
remember Rove came in and he shared a bit with us last year?
Did he do another Thanksgiving thing this year?
No, I don't know, actually.
Nat, who gave us
I didn't think so. There wasn't a family get-together anyway.
There was a guy, was it Stephen that was paneling at the time that told us about pumpkin pie? Because we'd never had it and we tried it first time here because it was somewhere on Canning
quite
High
delicious.
at that time. That was
It's not there anymore, that place.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
Whoever thought to put a pumpkin in something sweet? They're amazing. Arnold Schwarzenegger, I bet he had pumpkin pie.
He would have all of it. Well, he can
Imagine
afford it.
Chris Pratt's there and his daughter, and everyone's having a great time, and it would be decorated beautifully. Then next minute, just the police swarm on his house. The police are going everywhere because someone had called in a bum scare.
A bum threat.
A bum threat. A bum threat.
What were they eating?
Ass. Sure.
Turns out.
They were eating in Parsons' nose.
I don't get it. So the bomb threat maker called the police to say they've put a bomb in, not Arnold, because normally you
never
want
come from the
Arnold
house.
Schwarzenegger
Never
was
come
there
from
was
the
nothing
house.
to do with anyone. It's like someone said, hey, that thing's over there, and they told the police, and the police come to get
It's
it.
weird, isn't it?
And unfortunately, because if there's a bomb there at Arnold Schwarzenegger's house, he's going to take care of it.
Yeah, of course.
See what I mean?
that's right.
He's got it out. He's fine.
But I mean, I'm worried about the miniature donkeys because he's got all the animals that live in his house.
Tough to get
Yeah,
in
but
the chopper.
Natalie, big Arnold, small donkeys.
Yes,
It's not
exactly.
a problem. It's not a problem, Sean. That's why you got to look at life if you've got muscles, isn't it, Sean?
I can't even imagine being in that situation where the cops just storm your house.
Yeah.
But why is somebody mad at Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Well, they just throw it out there. I remember a guy that I'm going to leave out his name clearly, but they reckon that when the surf was on at Rottnest, he would ring TAFE, Fremantle TAFE, and he'd do a bomb. He'd do a bomb threat.
But he would ring the actual place where he's alleging that he's put a bomb, right?
And then the classes were off, obviously.
Yes.
So
Can
they're
I
like,
tell you?
Righto, everyone load up, we're off to Rotto.
If we here, history suggests, got a bomb threat. And literally the bomb was in here.
Yeah. We
Sitting
can hear
there.
it ticking.
Yeah, it was literally there and had the countdown there, and we're like, hey, by the way, there's a bomb here. They go, no, it's okay. Put a ticket in with the text, and they'll get back to you in about 48 hours.
It's like, but according
do not
to
leave that studio.
clock that's counting down, we've only got 2 hours and 14 minutes. Oh, no, you'll be right.
No. And remember, you've got to get the competition in before then as well. And don't go to news late.
Yeah, that's right. We've got a traffic report. Anyway, pray for Arnie. Is he all right?
Yeah.
Was there a bomb? There was no
We're on the
bomb.
lunch bit.
Yeah, that's right. The jokes pray for us as well.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
When's the last time you went out to Northbridge?
Well, Friday
night.
Yeah, no. This is, of course, the staff party. Take that out. I'm talking about clubbing.
Clubbing.
Like going out. Like, going to Northbridge, what Northbridge is there for.
Yeah, no, it's been a fair while.
Yeah, no,
this guy.
yeah.
As you know, my father tries to frighten me about Northbridge because he tells me you can't park a convertible car there because people will pour paint in it. Yeah. Especially in Northbridge. So some things happened over the weekend and we all saw it. A guy went to Northbridge and, you know, the thing is with that Northbridge is you need to wear clothes.
Well,
I mean...
there's one place in sort of near Northbridge where you don't.
I mean, I'm sure he was wearing clothes when he arrived.
Well, I don't know. We don't know. The pre-story. We're of course talking about the 23-year-old allegedly on a rampage, like swinging. They've got people in the crowd, like just normal punters, helping the police, trying to control this guy. Unbelievable stuff. They had to taser him, and this is the sound that he made. Play it again. This is the thing.
Yeah.
You don't know what sounds live in your body
No.
until you experience something. When you experience something new, something can come out.
You don't know how you're going to react.
Realise. This is it again.
Tasering must be a hell of a lot of fun.
What do you mean?
Oh, mate, he's...
Oh, she tases someone. 100% Sean.
So he was going absolutely spared, trying to steal the
Allegedly.
Uber.
Allegedly. So that happened, right? So then, okay, we've got the whole street's chaos. Everyone's watching. Everyone's filming. There's a white car there. That's a rideshare driver sitting there in a car, just minding her own business. It's happening right outside of their window. And then next minute, this happened.
The naked man gets into a car on top of the driver and attempts to carjack him.
1 star.
Well, it's just... he sits on his lap and...
No, Sean.
You don't want a
you saying
naked
it's okay?
man.
You don't know this stranger, and he has some size
naked.
on him. He has some size on him. Comes and sits on your lap when you're in your car.
I've seen Old School. When Frank the Tank gets loose and he starts going absolutely sideways.
So that happens, right? So then, you know, like, it gets taken by police, all that sort of stuff. Then, of course, after a big night, what happens the next day? There's the morning. There's the morning
Then you have to think about it and go, hey, what happened last night?
Yeah. So this
Do
is
I have any anxiety about what happened?
This is the one question. So say if you were to, you know, walk out of, you know, your house, or perhaps in this case the police station, and there'd be a swarm of reporters there asking you a question. This is probably right up there on the top of the one question that you don't want to be asked.
Why were you naked in Northbridge?
If you get that question, that's a full-on night.
I love that she asked that question with a straight face. I mean, well done to that journo. Why were you naked in Northbridge? Everybody wants to know.
I know that you swipe police and all this sort of stuff, and the violence is terrible, you know, and you know, allegedly, and you've got to, you know, you weren't in your right mind, but like. Can I please know what happened before that?
Everybody wants to know.
I want to see the prequel of this movie. This is the movie. I want to see the prequel.
You can't have arrived in Northbridge naked. At some point...
Where's your shirt?
Where's your shirt? Where's your pants? Where's your jocks? Where's your shoes?
Spot?
Where's your socks?
Did you take them off and fold them and put them away? And then also, why did you get them off? Did you get sauce on them?
Were you super hot?
I got super hot, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that everybody, until you get, you know, when you reach a certain age, everyone has a naked man story. Because men, Sean, they get...
Do you want to tell yours, Nathan?
Well, mine was in Northbridge as well, Natalie.
Yeah.
It's a hotbed.
But it was during the day. To be fair, it was
but it's going to happen anyway during the day. It's going to be Northbridge.
It was at about 10:30 in the morning.
Natalie and I were given the honour of being the king and queen of Prosh.
Yeah.
And we were like, you know, in like a parade down the street. It's a really sad parade, but we're in.
It was kind of a big gathering in front of the library. Yeah.
Okay. So we're there.
It's kind of a little mini amphitheatre there.
Students for days. Natalie and I there. You know, it's like, you know, just like feeling the royal power that we had. And then next minute, these guys were standing up there and they were doing some competition, Natalie. I can't remember what it was, but they were standing up and then lined up. And then one minute, this guy just sort of points at me. He's standing there naked, so he's just covering his doodle with both his hands. Reaches one hand up, still covering his doodle, then points at me, and then like, I've targeted you, and then proceeds to run towards me. And as
never
Natalie
seen somebody run as fast as Nathan Morris running from a doodle.
From a doodle, and Natalie goes, "That's why you're single. You've got to run towards the doodle."
Or at least don't run away. Just stay put.
So Natalie, were you impressed how quick I ran?
Yeah,
you know, there's people that run, it looks like they're running on water. Like, I ran up those big wide steps in one stride.
There was like a bench, and he like leapt over it. Like a gazelle.
And this guy, the funniest thing is this guy had a cape on.
Yeah.
So it was just this guy with this doodle hanging out.
And then he got arrested.
So then I go to get fish and chips, right, from Mount Lawley. The Swish and Chips this week there, and then, you know, this guy was standing there, and I didn't recognise him, of course, because he was closed. And so I said, so he goes, "Do you remember me?" And I said, "No." He goes, "I ran after you naked in Northbridge from Prosh." And I went, "Oh my God, how are you?" He goes, "Great, I just went to the court case just recently." He got taken to court where he had to talk about chasing
Being noodle.
Yeah,
Being noodle.
and how embarrassing as well. Like, you know, straight man chasing the gay guy naked, and the gay guy runs away. That's not a good day for you.
Yeah, that's not, is it? We want to know, have you had a naked man encounter?
Yes.
Whatever it might be.
Where was it? Was it always in Northbridge?
Was it Sean McManus or not?
Yeah.
Don't ring. Don't ring.
Remember when Ben worked here? Ben started work here, and then that was the night, the first introduction to Ben. He went out and then power vomited.
He hadn't
what
even
would have been
started
late
yet.
Munger at Connections.
Yeah.
And that was like full on. We never brought it up afterwards,
No.
because sometimes something, you don't know what it is, it's too shocking to talk about.
Oh, you're bringing that up for
You're
sure.
bringing that up for sure. Danette is in Bibra Lake. Hello.
Hi, how you going?
Hey,
Have you
Danette.
had a naked man encounter?
Indeed, I did. Walking down Cappuccino Strip in Fremantle on my way to work one morning.
That'll do it.
And just past Metros, and there was a pair of denim shorts on the floor, and I thought to myself, oh, someone's had a great weekend. Then just kept proceeding to the train station, and then there was this guy sitting at Gino's, and they were shouting out to me, and I'm like, what? I don't know you. And I turned around, and there was a naked guy literally behind me.
What was he doing?
What was he doing?
What was he doing?
He was just following me.
Oh.
And I was like, obviously it didn't look, so I was shit scared.
Yeah.
Pardon me, I can't say that.
No, but you did.
But I just started running. I never got to the train station so fast.
Of course.
Oh, fantastic.
Of course, people don't realise that just a doodle in the wild out in public, Sean, when they're not supposed to be.
And it's the
confronting.
morning.
So
It's
what
the
time was it
morning.
then?
What time? Yeah, what time?
I start work at 8:30, so it would have been 7:30 at least.
So like I said, if we're going to watch prequels, I want to see what happened to you to get to there. What happened
So,
before?
Sean, what did happen? This was you, right?
Well, I'm just thinking, when she said metros, I'm going,
Oh, here we go.
Was he yelling at, look, I can do the helicopter? Was he doing that?
Let's try to get in there on Saturday night.
Oh, no joy?
Yeah, we're too old.
Yeah.
How embarrassing.
Too old and too drunk, I imagine.
Really? They said,
No. Here's the thing.
Here's your ID.
You've got to have your ID.
Yeah. And then they pulled out their ID on a scroll.
Thanks to Nat. Nikki's in Hocking. Hello.
Hello.
Okay.
Nikki.
What an honour to have a naked man story, Nikki. Welcome.
What happened, Nikki?
So I was on holiday in San Francisco with my sister just earlier this year.
Mm-hmm.
And we were out for a morning walk, and we're walking past I think it's called Castro Park.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a big park and a school, and there's just a guy walking down the street with a backpack on, but nothing else.
So naked
Do you reckon his clothes were in the backpack?
Well, it was quite a small backpack, so he wouldn't have had many clothes in there, maybe a pair of shorts.
So maybe it was just a camelback for his hydration.
Did he have shoes on, thongs or anything?
No, nothing on his feet, just literally
dangerous.
walking down the street with a backpack. So obviously we stopped someone else because everyone's staring. We stopped someone else and said, oh, my God, we're from Australia. Is that legal in San Francisco? And he said, well, this park in particular, there's a bank in this park, nice green area, nice sunshine, good view of the city, and lots of gay men go up there.
You know what bank rhymes with?
Yeah, I know, but they call it the fruit shelf.
Oh, the fruit shelf.
The fruit shelf. That's so funny. so they call
Nathan,
the park.
can you give Nathan the address,
They
please?
call the park the fruit shelf.
No,
That bank.
just this
Yes,
park.
the bank.
This, the bank in the park.
the
The
fruit
park
shelf.
is called Castro Park in San Francisco.
But the
Nathan's
sun
writing
hits
it
on the
down.
bank.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but the
great.
bank's the fruit shelf.
And put all your belongings in your backpack and then just walk around naked.
Yeah, that feels
Beautiful.
nice.
Well, I
That
wonder
seems
where
very
Thank you,
the
Nikki.
eggplant park is.
That was some international nudity. We appreciate it. Paula's in Gosnells. Hello, Paula.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Paul.
Okay, naked man encounters. Have you had one?
Oh, yes. So I work in the hotel industry.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. I turned up to work one day to see a naked man, not realising he was naked. I thought he was just standing there with a shirt on, with no shirt on in front of the flower pot.
Like in those movies where Austin Powers, where every time he's standing there, there's a plant there or a kettle. Yeah.
And I mean, this guy was like probably about 80. So it wasn't pretty. So he proceeded to do this the whole morning while all of the girls turned up for housekeeping shift.
Yes.
And then I ended up having to go to this guy and say, look, I'm really sorry. You need to not. Please don't do that. We're not interested. We're trying to work here, and So he left. A few days later,
He swung his testicles over his shoulder, Sean.
Yep. He checked back in a few days later and proceeded to do it again in front of some lovely Muslim guests that we had coming in.
Wow.
Do you think
these poor ladies nearly just didn't know where to look. They were shocked, of course, because it's not nice.
No, but do you think that was like dementia a factor here, Paula, do you reckon?
Not really sure. It was possible, but
What was he doing? Was he saying hello to people? What was he doing?
No, he was just standing there naked.
Just standing there, just
waiting
standing
for us to notice him.
Okay, so like standing there, like leaning on something, or just standing there with his arms like...
leaning there
Okay,
like,
just
hey,
leaning.
look at me.
Casual.
Seductively.
Seductively. Oh, gee.
You know, some people think they're invisible. That was maybe just a moment where he's just...
He wasn't invisible, let me tell you.
Thanks, Paula. So good.
Sean.
Put some pants on, fellas. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
Nathan, Nat and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.